Welcome everybody to another episode of the Wrestling vs. the World podcast. If you're enjoying your day, sweet. If not, what the hell ever. I know this episode is a slight bit delayed. Well, by a couple of weeks after the Royal Rumble, because I didn't want to have to rearrange the order of episodes that preceded this one, but I wanted to go over the Royal Rumble and my thoughts on some of the things. I'm not going to talk about the tag match because I still have not seen it yet, because it was like, I was getting dreary, kind of dreary and everything during the show, so it was just like, I wanted to get some rest. But I'm going to try to go through this stuff in order, because there's some things I wanted to discuss. So, first of all, you had the Women's Royal Rumble match. 30 women in there. By the looks of things, it had like 5 women from NXT. A few that were not assigned to a roster or anything, and then a good amount between Raw and SmackDown. Participants being Io Sky, Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez, Lyric Valkyrie, who I believe is the Intercontinental Champion for the Women's Division, United States Champion for the Women's Division, Chelsea Green, B-Fab, Ivy Nile, Zoe Stark, you know, a bunch of the names. I mean, at least some of the names that are nice to have on here. It was nice seeing Jordynne Grace there. I believe the rumor is that she's signing with WWE if she hasn't already. Alexa Bliss coming back, that reaction from the crowd was incredible. Because, like, I know we hadn't seen her in a couple of years, so massive congrats to her on making her way back despite some of the personal stuff I know she's gone through with her health and finally becoming a mom. So congratulations to her for coming back and getting that incredible reaction. You had Nikki Bella put in there and Trish and so many others. But we saw how this ended. Charlotte wins the Royal Rumble again. 2-time winner, and I have to ask, why? Like, if you've been on this channel before, you know I talked about this on one of the earlier episodes back in, it was either 2021 or 2022. How many opportunities does this woman need to constantly be in the main event / title picture? Okay? You look at her time on the main roster. Every WrestleMania match she's had, it's been in the title scene, whether she's a champion or challenger. And now she comes back, her first match back. Woo, me want title match. Woo, 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 woo. Give me a title match. Give it to me. Woo, give me what I want. No, you don't freaking need it. Okay? You've won the Royal Rumble before. You're like a 50,000 time champion already. And you're 9.5 years on the main roster. Every time you appear on television, you get a title shot, even though you haven't done anything to earn a shot prior to it. It's just like, how many opportunities does this woman need? Even with Triple H taking over booking, we're still seeing the same shit with this woman. I said this before, back in that early episode where I talked about WWE being way too focused on this woman, and it still stands today. She hasn't had any feuds since then that don't involve a championship. Hell, you look back before WrestleMania 39 a couple of years ago. She was gone for a good amount of the prior year because she was off getting married and having the honeymoon and everything. As soon as she comes back, she wins a SmackDown Women's title in her first match back on SmackDown, an impromptu shot against Ronda Rousey. And I know people are going to say, oh yeah, but still, Ronda lost the title, and yeah, her second run was less than favorable. But to immediately get a shot when you're back after being gone for such a long time and immediately you get it and people think that it's a good thing? No! You shouldn't get a title shot the moment you come back. You should have to earn it. Like, you got so many women on the roster that never get opportunities. But yet this woman gets one as soon as she walks in the door and snaps her fingers. And now her first match back, she wins the Royal Rumble again. And now she's getting a title shot at WrestleMania again. Because they don't know what to do with her outside of being in the title scene all the time. Because like I said, main roster, she had like 2 feuds that don't involve a championship. The feud with Trish in 2019, and the one that got cut short in 2021 against Lacey Evans because she got pregnant. Other than that, it's just title shot, woo, woo. No more. You can be on top and have feuds that don't involve a championship. I brought this up in the John Cena non-world title feuds episode of the podcast before. You don't need this. Show diversity by having feuds that don't involve you hogging the spotlight. Okay? Because every time you're there, woo, title shot. Like, it's aggravating. And I even mentioned the 39 one again because, like, she gained the title, she lost the title to Rhea, and then afterwards she disappeared because, woo, I need a break from WWE. Woo! It's like, you were gone most of the prior year, you come back, boom, you freaking get the match, you lose the title, then automatically, you need a break? No! Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, I get it. I mentioned before, she's the most, like, out of all of Ric Flair's children that got in the business, she's the most successful, athletic, and all that stuff. But she doesn't need the spotlight on her while everybody else has to freaking keep waiting for their opportunities. It's like, come on, there's more to your division than freaking Charlotte Flair. Okay? Why does she get the title opportunities all the time? Like, this is just absolutely repetitive. No more! Please, give us something new. I'm begging you, WWE. Anyway, then you get to the Cody-Kevin match. I saw some snippets of it and everything, like the Alabama Slam through the broken ladder. Even Kevin Owens landing awkwardly on the freaking ladder. I think it was something similar to what we saw at the Intercontinental Championship ladder match, where like he got backdrop and he landed on the top part of it like we saw at WrestleMania 32, I think it was, or something like that. I mean, props to Cody for winning and retaining. I think there's been rumors that he might be injured as of talking about this. I know I'm recording this a couple days late. But I mean, hopefully he's going to be alright. Who knows? Then you get to the men's Royal Rumble, which I know people have been kind of mixed about. Some oddity names that we had in here. Because, I mean, you saw I Show Speed. You had Ludwig Kaiser. He got, like, a very quick elimination in there. Joe Hendry, the TNA World Champion, got in here. AJ Styles finally came back after being gone for, like, a few months because of his injury that he had upon quickly returning to SmackDown. Cena got in here. And for some reason, you had Logan Paul. Why? Now, some of the things I remember, like, I gotta give my props to I Show Speed for taking that spear by Braun Breaker. Like, holy crap. That was one of the hardest hits you'll see, just like, whammo, like he's getting run over by a train. He had some kind of mark on his leg because of the landing, everything, and getting thrown out of the ring, so, I mean, like, I don't know much about I Show Speed, but I mean, I gotta give him props for taking that, dude. That takes a lot of guts to take, like, an impact like that. So then Joe Hendry, he got a great reaction, like, crowd chanting along with his music and everything. There's a rumor that Drew McIntyre's pissed off, like, oh, how dare LA Knight get them away? Well, I'm getting eliminated. The only way I can feel better about this, so I go home and eat pussy. And I don't mean my cat. I think that's the only way for Drew McIntyre to feel better, even after, no matter what's going on in terms of drama in WWE. I need to go eat some pussy to feel better. Then, like I said, AJ being back. Very proud of him for finally making it back again. Let's see, CM Punk, Cena got great reactions. Seth Rollins coming out after CM Punk. You should have seen it coming. And, like, and I know somebody also noted this on Twitter, and it's very good. Roman getting pissed at Punk for getting involved in eliminating him. It's like, Roman, I know you've had history in the Royal Rumble match. You should know every man for himself, okay? There's no allies. The winner gets a shot at WrestleMania for a World Championship to potentially main event the show. Because, again, main event, we know what that means, but there's no guarantee that you're going to be the main event. But still, you get your opportunity. Just like, you can't be pissed off for CM Punk for eliminating you, okay? Every man for himself. And Seth getting pissed off, he does a double foot stomp to Roman. So, like, really extra devastating there. And Seth dominating, like, going after Punk, flipping the bird to Paul Heyman. Absolutely friggin' nuts. But, like, and I also gotta notice this, like, did it feel like LA Knight did not get as hard of a pop reaction when he made his entrance compared to what we've heard back in the day? Feels like it's kind of cooled off on him a little bit. But at the end, you get Jey Uso and Cena. They're fighting on the apron. Cena looks like he's gonna give the old F you to Jey off the apron, but Jey gets back in the ring, shoves Cena off, wins. And I know people are mixed about this, like, I get it. Like, a lot of people probably wanted Cena to win because, you know, it's his last calendar year as an active wrestler and everything, and it's his farewell tour. But there are two things I can say about in defense of Jey winning this. Number one, Cena honestly doesn't need it. He's already cemented his legacy over the last 23 years he's been with the company. Okay? He does not need another main event. It's not necessary. He's already done it all. Okay, and he doesn't need a 17th world title reign. It's not needed. Okay? He can retire as a 16-time world champion, and nobody's going to need to lose any sleep over it. And number two, it's also, like, besides the fact that Jey is over as hell with the crowd, it's time that they start pushing the newer guys, because you can't keep relying on names of the past. Again, I like Cena. It's going to be sad when he finally hangs it up at the end of the year. But again, it makes more sense to go with Jey over Cena because Jey still has more time to give for his career. And and I know people are confused about the whole Saturday night's main event loss and being then suddenly winning the Royal Rumble. I mean, you have guys who lose a title match earlier in the night, and then later go on to win the Royal Rumble anyway. I mean, look at Brock back in 2020, not 2020, 2022. He lost the WWE Championship to Bobby Lashley earlier in the night, and then went in and won the Royal Rumble later on that night too. Okay. And just and Jay had you compare Jay to Charlotte between these two winners. Charlotte has had 4 more opportunities at being champion and everything because Jay's Ric Flair's little girl, while Jay, he hasn't had a whole lot of opportunities. So, I mean, this can make sense, and he's still got the opportunity to choose who he's going to face. It could be Gunther for the World Heavyweight title again, or he could go after Cody Rhodes. Because, again, the options are there for him. Like I said, yeah, it's time for them to build up a new guy. Cena does not need the win. You got to go with somebody who's going to be there. Because, again, the names of the past can't always be there. You have to build for the future. That's the only way you're going to progress with the company. They couldn't rely on Hogan forever back in the day, even though they tried to once again back in '93, which was a massive flop. We all know how that went down. But it's you got to build the names of the future. You got to keep developing the next generation. Wrestling cannot go back. Sure, you can have those nostalgia moments, but you can't have these people of the past try to be having this company on their back to try to keep carrying things forward. Because that also shows that you're lacking any confidence in your current roster if you have to keep relying on names of the past to try to keep things going. Because you fail to try to create any new names to keep things going forward without the names of the past always being around. Hopefully that makes sense. So yeah, with all this, even just as the result, it's like I said, I know I skipped over the tag match because I didn't see it, I like the Motor City Machine Guns, I'll say that. I don't care for Johnny Gargano, to be honest, because he hasn't shown any charisma. Tommaso Ciampa, he's just Triple H, but smaller, and put him in a washing machine and dry him off. Cody, Kevin, again, I'm not mad about Cody retaining. So, I mean, congrats to him winning the ladder match. The men's Royal Rumble, not really, I'm actually okay with this, but the women's Royal Rumble, again, it should be obvious. I am not happy with this result, because you just heard my rant a bit earlier. Okay? It's just deja vu all over again. Please do something else with this woman. It doesn't need to be Charlotte Flair at the forefront all the damn time. So anyway, let me know y'all thought in the comment section below. What did you all think about the Royal Rumble? I mean, it was a fine show. Just not the greatest. At least for the mini clips that I've seen. Maybe I'll eventually go back and rewatch the full show, but I mean, it was fine for some parts, but again, that women's Royal Rumble outcome, no thank you. So anyway, if you enjoyed today's episode, folks, please remember, leave a like, subscribe to the bell, turn on when you're listening here on YouTube, comment what you thought below, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, folks. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, and good day, everybody.